2 weeks of watching film, that can give you a good edge on whoever you're playing. So I feel like I had a good grasp on what was going on and what would be coming, and kind of the reads on the offensive lineman on run pass. So kind of simpled it out. So I feel like we all was able to get after him and get him off the spot. But he's elusive, so I feel like some of those pressures could have been sacks, but he's just so fast on getting out of there that we missed a couple. But overall, I think we did well.
How big was that for you? That it's their second series, it starts in y'all's territory, and you get the fourth game of sack to keep them from scoring. How critical was that in the game?
I mean, that's perfect. That's just bringing that juice, bringing that energy that you need. You never know when your name's gonna be called. You never know when the play is gonna come your way to be made. So you just gotta always be ready.
What was your reaction when you kind of looked out the window this morning and saw what the weather was going to be like for this game?
It was going to be a defensive game. The rain don't bother me, but it does mess up the offense, the ball handlers. So I feel like we could have forced a few more turnovers, but it happens how it happens, and it played out how it did. So.
What does Hunter Wohler's return do for this defense as a whole?
He's trying to take Torch's name as a jewelry thief today. I'm glad he got his pick. I'm glad he's back in, feeling good, and I think he's a huge aspect to our game because it might not always be Torch at safety, and we need him. So we got to have everybody next man up mentality.
From a health and recovery standpoint, where do you feel like this defense is at after the bye week?
Great. I feel like we all back. We all got our legs into ourselves, and it's pretty much the best we can ask for at this point in the season. So.
What does Nick Herbig's return bring to this defense from being at full strength today? And what does that kind of allow you guys to do?
Nick's a dog, so I feel like even when he was gone, he was still bringing that energy on the sideline and making sure everybody was upbeat and not sitting down and doing nothing. But him playing the game brings it even more. So that's my dog. So I got nothing but good things to say about him.
Keanu, you mentioned getting extra film work on these guys. Did that help you guys in the run game? Because I think it was like 2.7 yards a carry. It was only one series that kind of got going. What did you guys do so well in the run game?
You just know, kind of the 2 weeks. You know the tendencies. You know what they like to run. Like they're kind of the scheme of the series type team, and you got to really like hone in on those details and those tells that they give you, like those reads and stuff like that. And it was all what we practiced, so it kind of fell into place.
You talked about Nick being a guy today that really brought the energy on the sidelines. Was that particularly difficult today, considering the weather and the elements, or was that a big focus? We got to maintain the energy all the way through.
I mean, yeah, it's. You knew it was going to be gloomy, it's raining, not everybody in the stands is into it, like people was complaining about the rain, but we kind of accept the fact that it was going to be a raining game, and I love it, to be honest. So me and Nick both, it's easy for defensive players, but when you get on the offense and then you start giving them guys energy, it changes the game a lot.
Could you tell that they weren't comfortable throwing downfield, not only just with your guys' pressure, but the wind and everything else?
Yeah, definitely.
How big of an impact does that make when you guys' defense know, like, we don't have to cover 30, 40 yards downfield. You can kind of box it in there.
Yeah, it makes it easier to hone in on that run and kind of stop it. They did have some explosive series, but luckily those didn't turn into points all the time. So just knowing that and keeping at it, keeping our head down and playing the run was best for us today.
How are you guys able to contain Tagovailoa, especially when he gets out of the pocket? He's been so good at extending plays all year.
It's hard, man. I thought I had one play. I had the centers right on his feet, and I seen one of my guys to the right. I'm like, oh, yeah, we got him. Next thing you know, I look behind me. He's running. So it's hard, but I think we did a good job today of keeping him from running downfield past the line of scrimmage, and he was still looking to throw because we had people in front of him.
Yeah, when you mentioned the health of the defense, is this what you guys kind of thought you guys could do in terms of the depth of defense? Because it felt like there were multiple guys making plays throughout the game.
Yep, so towards the end of the season, everybody's ready to go, and everybody's know what they need to do, and it's just on going out there and executing. So I think everybody who got the time to play today executed their job well.
What kind of momentum do you think this gives you with 2 games on the road these next couple weeks?
It gives you some momentum, but at the end of the day, every game is different. Every game is not the same. I mean, yeah, every game is not the same, and you got to go out there and play regardless.
Gio was out again today. Kurt was able to fill in for a few series. What have you seen from him as I know he was hurt early on.
Kurt?
Yeah. Early on when he got here, he was hurt, coming back, and just where have you seen him grow the most as the season gone on?
Just letting loose. I feel like he was in the same position I was my freshman year. Like, I was overthinking things, and I think he does the same thing. But once he's out there, once he pops those pads for the first time, he's fine. So I think he handled his job today.
I think he drew a holding calls. Was he excited about that one?
Drew a holding call. He ain't got a tackle downfield. So pursuing to the ball, that's everything I could ask for that kid.
Lighthearted question, but with the alternate jerseys for the men's and women's basketball programs, what are your thoughts on them? Are you hoping that for football too down the road sometime?
It's awesome, but you can't be jealous. You gotta play how you play. It's not gonna affect our style of play. So I'm not a big flashy guy. But it's awesome. I mean, it would be nice to have him, but hey, we're gonna play how we're gonna play regardless.
With Hunter and just the way that he came back, just what does he bring to the defense when he's able to play in that defensive backfield?
That depth. It's not always going to be Torchio doing the work. So we need that depth and we need that second man up, so it won't be no drop off. And I think he brought that to the table. If you
okay, one question for you. With the elements and stuff today.
Hey, we good? Thank you, guys.